Sasaram railway station in Bihar today morning, triggering panic among passengers and railway staff and briefly disrupting normal activity at the busy station. Notably, the incident occurred around 6 a.m. on the Sasaram Patna fast passenger train, which was scheduled to depart from Patna on the Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gaya rail section. And according to the initial reports, one of the coaches suddenly caught fire while the train was stationary at platform number 6, just moments before its departure. And within seconds, the situation escalated as thick black smoke began to pour out of the affected coach, followed by rapidly spreading flames that engulfed a large portion of the carriage. Visuals from the station showed passengers rushing out of the train and nearby areas in panic, while railway staff attempted to alert emergency services and bring the situation under control. People waiting on the platform also moved away quickly as the smoke spread, creating chaos and confusion across the station premises. Fire brigade teams and railway personnel reached the spot soon after the incident was reported and immediately began firefighting operations. And despite the intensity of the blaze, responders worked continuously for an extended period and eventually managed to bring the fire under control. However, by the time the flames were extinguished, one entire coach had been completely gutted, and in order to prevent the fire from spreading to adjacent coaches, the damaged compartment was detached from the rest of the train once the situation was stabilized. Unfortunately, officials confirmed that no casualties or injuries were reported in the incident, which helped prevent an even more serious tragedy. Railway Protection Force Inspector Sanjeev Kumar, who was present at the site, stated that the fire broke out in one coach of the Sasaram Patna passenger train while it was standing at the station. He further confirmed that there was no information indicating that any passenger had been harmed during the incident. And according to the preliminary assessments, investigators suspect that the fire may have been caused by a short circuit, although the exact cause is yet to be officially confirmed. He also added that a detailed investigation has been initiated by the Railway Administration in order to determine the precise reason behind the fire and to assess any possible lapses. Even as officials worked to assess the damage, the incident has sparked strong reactions from passengers and local residents, many of whom expressed anger over what they described as inadequate emergency preparedness at the station. Eyewitnesses alleged that the situation could have been brought under control much earlier if proper firefighting measures had been available and functional at the right time. Some claim that water supply systems meant for emergency use were not operational, while several fire extinguisher cylinders reportedly lacked gas and were therefore unusable during the critical early moments of the fire. And according to all these allegations, the absence of effective first response systems allowed the flames to spread rapidly, ultimately resulting in the complete destruction of one coach. Locals and passengers further accused railway authorities of negligence, arguing that the damage would have been significantly reduced if prompt action had been taken using properly maintained equipment. Their concerns highlighted broader questions about safety preparedness and infrastructure maintenance at railway stations, particularly in handling emergency situations such as on-board fires. Meanwhile, railway officials along with fire services personnel remained at the site for several hours after the incident, conducting inspections and gather preliminary evidence in order to understand the entire sequence of events. The damaged coach was examined and other parts of the train were checked for any additional risk before normal operations could resume at the station. The incident also comes amid heightened concerns about train safety, as it occurred just a day after another fire-related tragedy involving the Thiruvananthapuram Hazrat Nizamuddin Rajdhani Express in Madhya Pradesh, Ratlam district. In that earlier incident, a fire broke out in the B1 coach of the Rajdhani Express early Sunday morning while it was travelling under the Kota Railway Division. The luggage-cum-guard van attached behind the affected coach also sustained damage due to the blaze. And in the Rajdhani Express incident, all the 68 passengers in the affected coach were safely evacuated within around 15 minutes, and no casualties or injuries were reported. However, the fire caused significant disruption to the train operations on the busy Mumbai-Delhi rail route, as damage to overhead electrical equipment led to the suspension of services for several hours. Train movement on the route was only restored after more than 7 hours of intensive repair and restoration work. And following that incident, the West Central Railway Zone constituted a high-level inquiry committee in order to investigate the cause of the fire and assess safety measures. Well, the committee includes senior officials from the West Central Railway, experts from the Integral Coach Factory in Chennai, and representatives from the Research, Designs and Standards organization. It is also being headed by the Principal Chief Safety Officer of the West Central Railway and is tasked with examining technical, operational and safety-related factors behind the incident as well as recommending corrective measures in order to prevent similar occurrences in the near future.
ये सासाराम पटना पैसेंजर ट्रेन थी 5312।
अच्छा, क्या हुआ सर?
उसका एक जनरल कोच में जो है आग लग गई थी।
उसमें सवारी थी सर?
इसकी पता नहीं चला है, और कोच खाली था।
क्या आग लगा कैसे पता चला सर?
इसकी जांच की जा रही है।
कौन गाड़ी है सर?
5312 है, ये सासाराम पटना पैसेंजर गाड़ी है।
That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Sasaram for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.